Just stay one more.
Hello, I'm Nikay and welcome back to my channel. Today I have 4 home decor DIYs. Let's go. Okay, for this first one I'm using Dollar Tree florals and Dollar Tree rings or wreaths. And I'm starting off by opening up the wreath to where I want it and gluing the top and the bottom so it can stay like that. I'm also using this floral wire from the Dollar Tree to secure all my flowers. And I'm starting with the ones that I want on the bottom 2 bouquets.
Cigarette ash, it looks like snow.
Then I take each next flower bouquet and also secure them with the wire that I showed you till they're nice and tight.
When it falls in the wind, you know, and you say you wanna dance. You're wary, you know, you'll end up in the wrong hands. And you're having fun. Why don't you show your friends? And you're having fun. What if it never ends? I'm lacking sincerity, but you don't care at all. Miss booze-lit cigarettes trying to take me home.
And the last thing I did was secure the ends so it looked more like a full bouquet together. And then I tied it up with some yarn, and here it is. It looks great. I love it. On to the next one. So this next one is also going to be a floral ring wreath. I want to show you these up close. These are from the Dollar Tree, 3D wreath form, and that's the connector it comes with to make a full circle form. And these are the flowers also from the Dollar Tree. I just had these lying around. And again, I started the same way. I have the wire, my scissors, my glue gun, and I started by opening up my wreath form and gluing the top and the bottom. And then I placed the bottom 2 pieces in and secured it with the wire. Then I placed all of the rest of the flowers in all at once this time instead of one by one, like the first one. And then I secured those with the wire as well. I made sure to put lots of pieces in different spots to make sure it was nice and tight and sturdy.
Falling in love just a million times, breaking it off, but the feeling on ice still. She's as cold as December. She's as cold as December. December.
I wanted to show you this next part. I took some gray yarn and I tied it to the top piece that I glued, and then I took a big chunk of the yarn and I wrapped it around so it covered up all the glue and just looked pleasing. Got it to where it was nice and wrapped. And that's what I used to hang it.
I swear I've seen you before, holding your shoes in your hands, running out that door. And you got nothing, but you say you wanna dance. And you're worrying, oh, you'll end up in the wrong hands. I'm lacking sincerity, but you don't care at all. And this booze, this cigarette's trying to take me home. Falling in love just a million times, breaking it off with the feeling on ice.
Once I was done wrapping it around, I tied it up and it was ready to be hung. And there it is. Okay, for this next DIY, I got the inspiration off of Pinterest, and I'm not sure why, but I'm drawing a little pencil drawing right before I cover this up. I will link the Pinterest painting down below in the description box. So I'm starting off by covering this background with this black glossy paint.
Cold as December. Cold as December.
Once the background was dry, I took this green paint and this black paint, mixed it together to make this dark green color paint. That was my inspiration photo I popped in there. And then I started drawing the bottom. I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing here, but I started off with some lines and filling in some shapes, and you'll see it all comes together in the end.
Just stay one more night. I'll be by your side.
the bottom was all filled out, I went over the green with a couple layers, and then I went back in after it was dried with the black to refine all the lines, and I even added an extra line in. Now I'm going in with this gold plating paint, no, gold leaf paint, excuse me, and I'm painting out the sun. And I didn't do any measurements or anything like that. I'm just eyeballing the sun, making it into the best shape that I can.
Just feel my heart inside. Our love can grow so bright. Just we found a way into the grace again. Let's not pretend our hearts have life again. Just stay one more night. I'll be by your side. Just stay. Just stay. Let's not pretend. We found our way again. We found our way again. We found our way. A new place. Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always
So once the sun was filled out, I just went over it a couple times and thickened up the rays, and that was the end. And here it is, all finished and dry, and this is my favorite one. So for this last one, the supplies I used were some yarn. I also used this bracelet chain, this charm of a lotus flower, and some extra jump rings. I had some pliers there. I had an embroidery hoop, a 7-inch embroidery hoop, and a 3/16" wooden dowel. And I started by putting the wooden dowel in the middle of the embroidery hoop and gluing the meeting points on where the dowel meets the embroidery hoop. And then I took some gray yarn and I wrapped it around that meeting point just to, secure it and also make it look nice. Once I was pleased with how it looked, I glued the end onto the back. And then I did the same thing for the other side, off camera. And then I took a piece of white yarn and I tied it in the middle, starting in the middle. And then I continued cutting more pieces of white yarn and tying them in the middle, and then cutting gray yarn and tying it on the sides until the whole dowel was filled up with yarn. So once that was done, I found the middle white yarn again, and I looped it through the hoop on the end of the bracelet chain and tied it on. And then I took one of the charms off and I used the pliers to put it on the end.
One last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna.
Next, I trimmed the ends of the string the way that I wanted it, kind of like an angle. I also have inspiration for this one linked in the description box. And then I also trimmed those ends off the top where I tied the strings on. And then I took some more yarn and wrapped it around the top of that embroidery hoop, and that's how I hung it. And here's the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below which one was your favorite, and also hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.